What's up, everybody? Road to Rap Live is back again. I am Peter from Reef News Network, as you know, here with you every Thursday at 8 p.m. So what's going on? We got some new things going on. You guys probably noticed my face is in your face a little bit more, and we're running some new Sigma glass here on the old Canon M50. 16 millimeter was a little too wide for this shot. 30 millimeter is a little close. I kind of feel like I'm all up in your business, but I'm gonna back up a little and try to relax and everything else. So how's everybody doing this week? I was really under the weather. This live stream almost didn't happen. It was supposed to go one direction, and we kind of pivoted a little bit and end up making it happen. So here we are, and we're doing something really special. So the guests that I have on tonight are a couple that they're gonna come on screen, and if you don't know them, but you're a regular at Rap, you're gonna be like, these guys look really familiar. I feel like I know them from somewhere. And then you're going to realize why after we talk about it a little bit. So some other housekeeping things going on. You guys might have saw that Richard from Aficionado and Miss Metro Cat will be doing a social media meet and greet for Instagrammers and YouTubers and influencers in general. More information about that coming out soon, but that's going to be happening in Chicago too. So if you are an influencer of some sort and are going to be out at Rap Chicago, please be sure to partake of that. Last time they did it, I think Kat organized that in California 2 years ago at Reefapalooza, California, and they did a sticker exchange there too. So we will be posting up some more details about it, and hopefully next week, fingers crossed that everything comes together, Kat and Richard will be on, and we'll be discussing the meet and greet and all that other good stuff. So without further ado, let's get right over to the guest of the evening, and that is Martha and John. So let's bring them into the show. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Martha, John, how are you guys doing?
Hi, how are you?
I am very well. Welcome to the show. So, as I alluded to before to everybody here watching, if you guys don't know who Martha and John are, you probably recognize them because they are volunteers at Rap, and they have an interesting story. They've been going to Rap since 2016. They're part of that Rap family, but they're volunteers. They travel around and do their own thing, and they're involved with Rap and the Rap team, but just like you and I, they do it, for their own love of the hobby. So, guys, how are you? How have you been? How have you weathered the world as it's been for the last year or so? I mean, I know I've talked to you guys a little bit here and there over online and stuff, and you guys were doing some community outreach stuff, which was amazing for your community. But how have you guys been?
Well, good. I mean, hanging in there, right, as much as you can, trying to adjust to the new world that we live in. It can be challenging, but overall, we've been blessed throughout the entire pandemic. We've been blessed. I can't explain it any other way. We have both our parents, and they're all good, and that's all that we can ask for. I guess our health, and that we can give back to the community. So we've been hanging in there, and we're excited that things are slowly going back to normal, but we're excited. Being in New York, we saw a lot, but
yes,
we're excited to move forward, definitely.
Good. Well, it's exciting to get back to Raps and exciting to see you guys again. So, yeah, I saw you in Orlando. You guys were, I saw you in Orlando, right? Yeah. I wasn't in New York, but we get to see you guys down there. Let's talk a little bit about your journey. Your first Rap was in 2016, is that correct?
That's crazy to think so far ago. I was like, when I looked for the pictures, I was like, 2016, that has to be a lie. Yeah. But I can't believe it. Yeah, 2016. That was our first year of going just to see the show. We were complete newbies in the hobby. When we have a close friend of ours, Danny, he was like, you can't kill a mushroom. We killed a mushroom.
You can kill a mushroom. I hate to say it, but it happens.
Within an hour, it was gone. So we're like, oh, God.
We're actually
We were going to quit the hobby.
We were going to leave the hobby.
Right before Reefapalooza. I had already got him the tickets.
So I said, now, what? She got me the tickets. I'm about to leave the hobby. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's see what happens.
And it changed your whole world because we can see that amazing tank behind you. And so give us the whole story. So you went to the show and tell us about what it was like to be at your first Reefapalooza.
So the greatest part of this is that we showed up to the show at 7 a.m. because someone said they wanted to be the first ones in line to get a goodie bag. And so 7 a.m. we roll in, and I'm like, there's no one here. What is going on?
You were indeed the first people in line.
I took her to get her coffee.
Yeah.
So she's good. She went. We ate something.
We had IHOPs and we came back and it's like 7 o'clock. We just kind of sit there and we see everything start unfolding and it was so much excitement.
Yeah.
Even though it was still early, we saw so much excitement and everybody moving back and forth. And we had this one here. He was like a puppy. He's like 6 months at that point. And we had him with us because he fits in my bag. I mean, he still does. But he is probably the angriest dog in the world. He hates us. He hates the world. He hates the wind. So
he's mad right now because we put a shirt on him.
I dressed him up for the interview, so here you go. But he's hating me for the entire day.
Grumpy dog?
Grumpiest dog. So then, Vic comes up to us and he kind of, says hi, and we start talking about the puppy, and we interact with Vic. We had no idea who anyone was. Not vendors, not, anyone at the show. And so we kind of just like, yeah, we're here. And they kind of like, looked at us like, these guys are really committed.
Hardcore reefers, they're hardcore reefers. They got here
7 a.m.
At 7 a.m.
It would only been better if you got in there on Friday and like put a tent out and like camped out. That would have been awesome.
I was about to. She didn't let me.
I didn't. I was like, no, that's it. My cutoff is 7 a.m. Okay. So that's how we started to interact with Vic, and then we kind of stayed there. 11 a.m. He was so excited because he was the first one in line, and all right, we did it. And we did both days because we wanted to.
And I'm assuming your first one was Rap New York, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yep. All right.
Yes. And so he was insane. The entire show, he was like ecstatic, to meet vendors and actually get questions answered because we sucked. To put it plainly, we sucked. So to be able to meet everyone, and everybody was so open to educating and teaching us, and that was really awesome. That was, I guess, the most important part of going to Reefapalooza, was that we were able to learn so much from everyone, and everybody was so open to it. Everybody was so down to earth, and we were intimidated, of course, because we were like, well, what do you guys have in your tank? Nothing.
Just live lock.
What?
Barely live lock. That's about it. We had 2 clownfish.
Yeah, it was just terrible. Oh my god. So it was really important to, I guess, be able to experience it like that. And Vic kept checking in on us, like, how are you guys? And we're like so excited and naive, I guess, because we were like, we love this, we don't like this, and oh my god, I went on and on about like everything about the show.
At that point, did you still not realize Vic was one of the people running the show?
Did not know till Monday.
Until we started looking at
Monday, I went on the blogs and like I searched Reefapalooza. I wanted to see pictures because we're still high over the weekend. And when I see pictures and I start seeing the descriptions, I'm like, I called them at work. I'm like, I screwed up. I'm so sorry.
I said, we're never going to get a chance to work with them.
To us again.
Oh my God. No. Lou
God,
and Vic are awesome.
They were amazing. They were so down to earth, and the entire staff was so cool. I actually had twisted my ankle a couple days before that. He still dragged me to the show. And by Sunday midday, I'm like, I cannot walk anymore. Like, my ankle's swollen. It hurts. I'm going to go to the car. And John's like, no.
She had my wallet, so I couldn't allow that,
Smart.
That is smart.
But I found a wheelchair. I found a wheelchair. I said, babe, sit over here. I got you.
Rolled me through the whole Sunday in a wheelchair, right?
Epic.
I parked her on the side. I said, give me a minute.
Park me. Park me.
So I go and I buy what was it? It was a sump. It was a 50-gallon sump.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the dog and we have a couple of corals and stuff that we bought, lights and everything. So I put the sump right on top of her.
The wheelchair. So I'm holding the sump like this. The dog is inside the sump.
We put the dog where usually you put the refugium.
You put the dog in the sump. Oh my God!
I'm holding the sump, but he's wheeling me through the show.
And she has like this much space, enough just to still see enough to show, because it's like the end of the show, and we just try to buy as much as we can and get everything.
Try this again.
Because we were so excited and we learned so much, and it was just an amazing experience with everyone. Everybody in the hobby just trying to help you and teach you and what was wrong. And our problem was we had a hydrometer.
Oh my God, we had a hydrometer that was faulty, and of course our salt levels were.
It was 19. They got you here. Buy this. It was a refractometer. I didn't know what it was, a refractometer. So I feel like I get home, I feel like a scientist putting droplets and everything, and then it's a 19.
That's
Oh
what
my
happened.
God.
Those clowns were like this close to being freshwater clowns.
She seriously, that's crazy, Lo.
Yeah.
That's
And then so
too
then from
funny.
there, you know what? Honestly, somebody has a picture of this day because somebody passed us by and they're like, "Can we take a picture?" We're like, "Sure." So I'm holding the sump and John's there like, "Yay!" But we never got that picture. So if anybody
has that picture,
Yeah,
please.
if anybody who has that picture, send it over and we'll get it
send
over.
it.
But
that'd be so funny.
hey, I just want to give a shout out to people in the chat here. Blaine from our team is on here. What's up, Blaine? And then we have Christmas Clatter from YouTube. I don't know who Christmas Clatter is, but I do love Christmas. And they said hello. And then somebody else said Merry Christmas to them. So we have Christmas cheer going on in the chat, and I love it. I'm a Christmas junkie. So that's awesome. So Christmas Clatter, I'm gonna check out your channel and see what it's all about because I do love me some Christmas. So how long after that show? Give us the story now. How you went from that show, embarrassing yourself in front of Lou. Not really, because I'm sure Lou was laughing his butt off. So, how did you guys go from there to becoming involved, and when did you start volunteering?
So Lou sent us a message, right? I believe it's like a couple months after that, and he's like, "Would you guys like to volunteer?" We're like, "Of course!" Like I don't think I even checked in with him. I said yes, and that was funny because I'm like, "Oh, by the way, we're volunteering." He's like, "For what?" I was like, "Oh, we're doing it. We're gonna volunteer." He goes, "No way!" I mean, we were so crazy to be a part of it. They were like, "Yeah, we're in." I'm like, "I'm in." So he had no choice.
I had no choice. That's it.
So do you guys do all the shows now, or did you just start out doing New York, or did you instantly we're all in and we're gonna travel all over with you guys?
So we did New York. They took us to Chicago, right, 2019, and then Florida. We just did Florida this year. This was our first year in Florida.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me that at the show. Yeah, so I forgot about that. But that's awesome. So how many wraps have you done since 2016? Have you done every New York show that happened?
Every show since 2017, every New York show since 2017, then Chicago 2019, and Florida 2020.
So let's talk about Chicago because that's where we're going next. Are you guys are coming out to Chicago?
Yes, those days are requested in the bank. We're ready to go. We're packed.
Nice. So we had one Chicago wrap, and then the thing that will not be named happened, and now we're back. We're going back to Chicago. Tell us about what your impressions were like for that first Chicago. What did you guys think of that show as a first-time show in a new city?
I mean, it was exciting. The hotel itself is gorgeous. You walk in there, and I was like, "Ooh, can I just sit in the lobby?" It was so pretty.
That convention center is amazing. It's really awesome.
It's gorgeous. It was really beautiful, and I mean, the way that everything is set up so quick, and the environment that you're in, and everybody was so exciting in line, like the lines when they started forming, we got to speak to a couple of people, right? They were driving from all places from Texas, and I'm like, that's so cool. I mean, that's always exciting on its own to see where everybody's coming from, and the road trips, and following you guys and everything on social media. I'm like, oh my God, they checked in. Oh my God, they're on the road,
So, where are they at?
Yeah, like looking at the maps. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's these shows in many ways are kind of like a Grateful Dead or a Fish concert. Like you have these people that legitimately go from show to show, and vendors that are selling, but you have the fans too that go show to show and kind of set up their own little area out in the parking lot and stuff, and they're pre-gaming for shows, or they're in line at 7 a.m. and stuff. And it's amazing to see the people at all these events, regardless of what the event is. We always talk about this hobby being a community, and you never see it more than when you're at these shows. Like the conversations I get to have with people, or you give somebody a piece of advice, because they ask you a casual question, and next thing you know, you've been talking to them for 30 minutes, and all of a sudden, like you're best friends now, and you connect after and everything else. So it's so exciting. It wasn't nice to have a break from the shows for the year we were out, to not go to the shows, but because things had really gotten crazy the year before, I was at a show like every other weekend all over this country, and that was on top of doing a day job. It was really nice to kind of resettle and refocus. And this year just made it even more exciting. And, getting to see like you guys at the shows and stuff, you have this Reef family that you see all the time. So what are you looking forward to going back to Chicago? Anything specific? Or, I mean, you guys have gotten, your shows, you got New York and Orlando in already this year. So, old hat, this isn't your first show back, but is there anything specific in Chicago you're looking forward to?
I mean, for me at least, I love to see the staff. I miss them so much throughout the year, and I'm like, it's
our second family.
Yeah, it's our second family, and we can definitely always tell you this, that like the most exciting part is arriving Friday and like hugging everybody. I mean, and I guess also the fact that we've been isolated for so long that you really I was like, oh my God, it felt so good to hug everyone in Florida. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional because it's so crazy to like understand that you haven't. I mean, this is as much human contact as we get, So it's always exciting, and so I think for me, honestly, it's definitely the environment and like the team and working hard side by side with them throughout those 3 days. But of course, the show, like you said, getting to see everyone again after the last show, and it's always so electric, honestly, to see everyone again.
It really is. I'm just going to go back to the chat again because as you guys may or may not know, we've been trying, and I hope you see by the production quality, we're trying to up our game here doing the live streams, and we're doing a lot of new live streaming stuff. So I just want to give some more shout outs, keep going back to the chat. If you guys do have a question for Martha and John or for me, if you can just put a Q and a colon and then ask your question, that way I'm able to find it easily. But I want to give a shout out to Jason Langer. You guys know Jason, right? Fish cookie guy?
Yeah.
Yep, Jason's in the, hey, what's up, Jason? And then we got some people here from, I'm part of a new content creation community kind of thing that, is for learning and support and everything else. So Inspirational Connection TV's on, and Raul's on, and those are some guys, some people. I'm trying to get better about using the term guys. It's just so natural, but some people from the group. So shout out to those guys. A good friend, Liz Murphy, who I just had dinner with prior, her and her husband, Ty, our good friends, Ty, I talk about on the podcast. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much for dropping in and saying hi. And again, if you got a question, just put a Q colon, ask your question, and then we'll put it up on the screen for you. But do you guys buy things when you go to any of these travel shows? Have you ever flown with anything? That's a common one we always talk about, because I never have the guts to do it. And normally I'm stuck longer and I'm there till Monday, and that's really why. This show, I'm actually flying out Sunday evening. So I'm going to literally go from the show to the airport. I might attempt to buy something and bring it on the plane. You guys ever done it?
Yeah, it's super simple. Honestly, I mean, I've always been intimidated by doing it. When we went to, I believe, was it Florida? Yeah, right. When we went to Florida, I was like, oh my God, they're going to think these are drugs. I don't want I was like, what are these little bags,
Just look at them.
Yeah, no.
Well, in many ways, they kind of are like drugs. I mean, they're addictive, they're expensive, they can ruin your life.
Much worse than drugs.
Yes,
just stick to drugs. Don't invest in a tank.
Probably cheaper in the end result to stick to drugs. Yeah, but no, kids, don't stick to drugs. Ignore that.
You're right. Jesus. No, but it was super simple. Once I got to the airport, literally tell them right away, listen, I have some corals here. They'll check the bags, they'll do their tests, but pack them separately so you can easily hand them to them, and they'll inspect it and then give them right back, and that's it. You carry it on your. I mean, we took it on our carry-on. So
yeah.
We had seahorse. We also jellyfish.
You guys have seahorses and jellyfish? Where are those? You have separate tanks for those?
We had the jellyfish.
That was before. Yeah. The seahorses.
The seahorse. Yeah,
we have seahorses. That's in another tank over there.
We got, what, 3 tanks? 4
so tanks? We have 2 saltwater tanks and 1 freshwater.
Ah, man. I know how that goes. So your tank's right behind us, and it's beautiful. Is that a water box tank or Red Sea? What do you got?
It's a Red
Is it Red Sea? Tell us a little bit about your tank. Give us a tank preview, being you actually have it in screen here.
It's 44 gallons. Mm-hmm. It's a Red Sea. It has 3 power heads. Protein skimmer. It's by Red Sea. It has 2 lights. It's an AI Prime and a Hydra 26.
How are you running 2 lights over that thing? What are they, separate?
Not separate, like back to back.
Overlay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Gotcha.
And it's just a mixed reef.
Well,
We have a little bit of everything.
John, I feel like I stumped you on this question. Come on, this is your pride and joy tank. Tell us a little bit about what's in. What do you got? What's your favorite fish? What do you got for corals in there? What do you love in that thing?
We got some clams. We got a couple mushrooms in the back. We got a clownfish, designer clown. We have what's that guy back there?
Zoas are probably our favorite, honestly. I mean, we have a little bit of everything, but zoas have always been our favorite. And we actually started with the daisy coral because I was obsessed with it looking like a flower, and I wanted a flower in my tank. And I was like, I don't know, make this happen. And we were at a freshwater, saltwater store.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, that's saltwater. I'm like, I don't know, make it happen. And he's like, he looks at me like, what? And I was like, I don't know, I like it. Make it happen.
Make chop chop. Let's get this going. Anything I need, you put it together.
With, right? Yeah, I want that. And then
water.
That's what happened. That's how initially we were like, ooh, we want to do this. And so we started looking into it. But it was the daisy corals. And I was like, oh, it's so cute. It looks like a little flower. And then the Goniaporas folded. I mean, there's nothing that we don't like, honestly.
Yeah.
Freaking love the mandarin. That's my baby. Yeah. And my gobies. I love gobies. Like, obsessed with them. I can't stand their faces. I go anywhere and I'm like, I want it. So,
they have so much personality. So much personality.
I love it, right? They're always like looking at you so funny. So it's just, I love to photograph them.
That's the best goby